It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Greetings, everybody. Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. We're bringing you the Houston Rockets out at Toyota Center as they face off against the Los Angeles Lakers. And for Los Angeles, they are putting together an impressive stretch of basketball. Only one loss in their last 8 games. We'll see if that continues tonight. And for the Houston Rockets, everyone wondered how Chris Paul and James Harden, two ball-dominant players, would complement each other. Shaq, your thoughts?
Both.
What's that?
Both can create.
Okay.
Both can play off the ball.
True.
And both just want to win.
Okay.
Both.
I like that. Both. But, you know, Paul always said he's excited to play off the ball, but I wasn't sure how it was going to work. He typically hadn't done that. But, James Harden, great floor leader, leadership skills, have really picked up over the last 2 years.
You weren't sure how it was going to work out.
No, it wasn't.
That makes both of us.
Yeah.
Both of us. Kevin Harlan. Just about time for the tip, thankfully.
K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
It's an all-Western Conference matchup in today's game as the Lakers come into town for this one. We welcome you this Thursday evening as we get set for some exciting NBA action on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg and our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. The last time these two teams met, it was the Rockets picking up the loss in the outing against the Lakers.
Yeah, and looking back at their last game against this club, they were badly out-rebounded.
Yeah, and that turned the tide, the rebounding differential. They've got to focus and make it a team effort to really pound the glass.
And let's go straight over to David Aldridge for a report before the tip-off. Hey, Dave.
Well, guys, we know how much of a trailblazer LeBron James has been. He's taken charge of his own free agency to ensure that he is almost always on a contender. He has made it clear he has no interest in being around mediocrity. Kevin?
You're right, D.A. He wants rings and nothing less. As the season gets longer, so does the injury list. And Clark, you've taken a look at how you stay healthy, what these athletes have got to do, changes from era to era, but what precautions do teams take right now to ensure their players are at their very healthiest?
Well, I think it's all about preventative maintenance and the really good training and medical staffs, and most of those in the NBA are excellent. Do a good job of the preseason work, the conditioning work, the customizing of routines of weightlifting and recovery for each player. And then it's a matter of the player following the protocols and his particular program so that you fight off injury. And if you do get injured, it typically isn't, you're not out for extended periods of time. So, and then the emphasis on rest cannot be overstated. Teams are doing a much better job at managing the bodies of their players.
And now the Lakers starting group. Inside, we've got Kuzma and McGee. Rondo and Caldwell Pope in the backcourt. And it's LeBron in at small forward.
And Melo's jumper is pure. You feel like it's going in every time he gets a clean look at the rim.
From 13, and it's LeBron missing. Harden against Caldwell Pope. On the wing, Harden. He had 22 points in the win against Portland. And here's Los Angeles. They come in fresh off a win against the Heat.
And once they established that flow offensively, really never got any resistance from the D.
And Greg, they were sinking shots left and right, and that's got to be demoralizing for the defense. They were in a real zone. And
just about a minute into the first quarter. Paul for three. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
You can just see the passion and love with which he plays the game. You see how he prepares, the work ethic, the way he interacts with his teammates. And when he hits the floor, it's all about the game.
Cans the 12-footer.
And he'll take that. The nice, easy mid-range jumper. First bucket of the day.
The defense just gave him that one, and you talk about starting on a high note. Didn't seem to respect his mid-range J there.
Here's Paul, following the basket by LeBron James. Can't hit from 12. We're just about 2 minutes into the first quarter. Just 5 on the clock. Misses the three. Last game for Houston, they picked up the win against the Trailblazers. Here's Harden. Rebounded by McGee. For Los Angeles, they've gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Caldwell Pope for three. And out of bounds as the Rockets gain possession.
And quickly, let's look at the numbers for Clint Capella. Averaging about 7 points, 9 rebounds, and 2 assists. And I think he's got to be pretty pleased with his output. And you know he's always looking to push himself.
Yeah, you know, really solid numbers across the board here, Greg. I mean, he contributes in a multitude of ways for this club.
Back to Paul. Over Rondo. And off the front iron, and in it goes. Paul's got 5 now.
Confident and precise is exactly how Paul owns the mid-range area.
Feeds it to LeBron. Buries it down low.
Nice way to start the evening. His numbers getting calls, and for good reason.
Well, you know, Greg, they can count on him to get buckets. I mean, he's getting the ball because he's very efficient when he has it.
Now here's Harden. He is averaging just around 28.5 points a game. So many offensive skills in his toolkit.
Boy, so crafty a player is James Harden. I mean, when he gets inside, he finds all kinds of ways and manner in which to score.
Here's LeBron. He had 28 points in the win against Miami.
And what opened things up for him was his passing. He was making so many plays that the D had to play off him.
And that Unleash Chaos replay presented by Under Armour. Hover Havoc, giving us a chance to relive that exciting play.
Boy, he's holding his team back. Really a hindrance. Can't make a thing. He's way off today.
That one falls. 6 points for him.
Yeah, those shots are taken totally in rhythm. High percentage quality shots and really getting whatever he wants.
LeBron signing a 4-year deal with the Lakers. Greg, many speculated it might happen, but it was still a shock to many.
It makes sense from LeBron's standpoint. Son plays in L.A. for high school. LeBron has a lot of business interests as well. And also what's interesting is that when LeBron's contract ends, his son could potentially be coming into the NBA as a rookie.
And stolen by Chris.
Active hands prevented an easy bucket that time.
Paul surveying the floor. Harden way outside. Another miss by Houston.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Now here's Rondo. 8 points his last outing. Yes, that goes in. James has got 8.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
Ball against Rondo. Paul kicks to Anthony. And it's LeBron James with the rebound.
And listen, sometimes even the best of us are going to miss the easiest of opportunities.
And I'll tell you what, guys, I think that's the best part of James's game. And he's got a lot of good parts, but his vision is otherworldly.
And Houston calls their first time out of the game. Well, LeBron making one of the biggest splashes over the summer, signing with the Lakers. And, Greg, it happened pretty fast.
And the Lakers front office have been recruiting LeBron hard. LeBron talked with Kobe about his time with the organization and what to expect before making his decision. Kobe's words seem to be a big factor for LeBron. Once again, the Mamba doing everything he can to help the Lakers.
Now, you got to remember that Harden has a quick trigger, staple gun quick. This guy is looking to score as soon as the ball touches his hands.
James, no good. Houston's gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. And the wide open shot from Paul, and a miss there on the triple.
And, you know, Kevin, that's what they want, an uncontested look from the perimeter. Sadly, they came up short on that possession. The defense has to be better. I mean, they were fortunate that he missed that mid-range jumper. It certainly wasn't because of the defense.
Now here's Paul. Rajon Rondo missing his last shot. Paul with the ball. He's picked up by Rondo. Now the pass to Chris. Shot clock at 6. Here's Anthony. The step back jumper is good. Anthony's got his second bucket.
Well, you got to respect the jump shot of Anthony because he's got the ultimate green light. And because of that freedom, he's a dangerous guy on the perimeter.
Now here's James. 8 points for him. Pass to McGee. Kuzma with it. Capella covering. James against Anthony. James, no good.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
Anthony kicks to Paul. Buries the 20-footer. And it's a 3-point Houston lead.
Paul is superb in the pick and roll. I mean, once the screen comes, he's really good at taking what the defense gives him.
It's Caldwell Pope with the drive. The layup missed. Rockets have gone 7 of 15 from the field to this point. Harden inside the 3-point line. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Caldwell Pope on the wing, guarded by Harden. And no doubt that the steal of the 2017 draft was Kyle Kuzma, taken 27th overall.
Hey, people get all hung up about where guys are drafted and how they end up playing either below or above their draft position. Hey, this thing is more art than science. We've seen it for decades. Guys fall, guys rise, and then production isn't commensurate with where they were drafted. Hey, more art than science. And Kuzma is a big-time baller. He just happened to be drafted later than he should have been.
No good on that one.
Kyle Kuzma is a guy who burst on the scene during his rookie year and is a fun player to watch. He's a guy that really has an outstanding all-around game.
Catching up on the changes for Houston. Nene, he's checked in for Clint Capella. P.J. Tucker comes in for Chris. Green, he's checked in for Anthony. And it's Gordon in for James Harden. No luck that time either. Well, Greg, you knew that the Laker front office and Magic were going to do everything they could to bring in big-name free agents, and they succeeded. They got the biggest name of them all in LeBron.
LeBron coming to L.A. completely shifts the mindset of this organization. Team was very busy the rest of the free agent period as well. Still made very aggressive plays as this is a team that is looking to win now.
Michael Beasley, he's checked in for Kyle Kuzma. Here's a look at the 2K leaderboard. It's certainly been a good month for these teams on the offensive glass. The Lakers in 5th.
They have been aggressive underneath. I mean, they're playing with a physicality that you don't often see, and it's led to a lot of second chance points.
Lakers trail by 6. Ball kicks to Ingram. Pass to Zubac. To end the cold streak. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
Hey, I know Ingram looks a little wispy and light, but his strength is deceptive.
The former Blue Devil, Brandon Ingram, was taken 2nd overall back in 2016, was deemed as untouchable by his front office as they rebuilt the roster. He's a big part of what the Lakers want to do over the next few years.
And that one misses. And it was Magic Johnson, Greg, who said Ingram is untouchable. Also feels Ingram can be an elite scorer.
Yeah, I mean, Ingram certainly has the makeup and skills to be a first option on offense. And when he heard of how highly Magic thought of him, it made Ingram want to work even harder. You can certainly see the huge leaps he's made as a scorer since Magic kind of gave him that vote of confidence.
Yeah, filling out the defense, Tucker gets the look he wants from mid-range.
Lakers trail by 6. Knocks it loose. And out of bounds as the Rockets gain possession. A chance here to assess what parts of the floor the attempts have been coming from as we look at the shot chart for the Rockets.
And they've pretty much ignored the corner three tonight. It's a useful shot to have. It really forces the D out wide and opens things up in the middle.
Now here's Paul. A 17-point game for him in the win against Portland.
And not just the scoring. It was also how fierce he was on defense, grabbing 3 steals on the night as well.
No good from Beasley. And here are the Rockets. It's a 12-2 run here. Good pace. Tucker finds Green. Now here's Gordon. Passes to Paul. Houston moving it around. 6 on the shot clock. Here's the 3. Beasley with the rebound. Lakers trail by 6. And Hart has it in the corner. Gordon with the defensive effort.
The bucket just not well protected, but still he doesn't convert too often. That's been the story with him.
Nene kicks to Gordon. Back to Nene. Kicks it out to Paul. Houston needs to get a shot off. Gordon for 3. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Gordon.
And let's check out some stats for Ball. How his last 10 games have gone. He's averaging 10 points a game and 3 rebounds. And you look at his gaudy steal numbers defensively, he makes his presence felt on every possession.
And you know what I like about it, Greg, is he gets great position, then uses those quick, strong mitts of his to rip the ball out of there.
Lets a floater go, and he lays it up and in. Ball's got his first 2 points.
Man, he's got great speed, Ball does, Kevin. This guy is really good at finding ways to slither through the defense.
Now here's Nene. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Gordon dishes to Nene. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. Clark, we all know you are one of the best players and maybe the greatest high school class ever. Guys who are now in the Pro Basketball Hall of Fame. What a list of names and great players.
Yeah, terrific players, and proud and privileged to be part of that class. 1979 is what you talk about. Dominique Wilkins, Isaiah Thomas, James Worthy, Ralph Sampson, Terry Cummings. I could go on and on and on, but obviously some of those guys, Hall of Famers, and distinguished not just in what they did in high school and college and the pros, but in how many of them have lived their lives off the court too.
And that one falls for Nene.
Muscle Nene brings on both ends. Man, he knows how to use it too. A guy you don't want to fool around with at all.
And both free throws good for Nene. 1:49 left to play in the first quarter. To the middle. It's tipped. Now Green. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. Paul kicks to Green. Back to Paul. 5 to shoot. 11 feet away. No good off the back of the rim.
Well, you know, they're in the lead, but he's still been frustrated from an offensive standpoint.
Ingram passes the ball. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. Fresh from a win against Portland.
Well, listen, they own the boards at both ends of the floor in that game, and that's what won it for them. Those extra possessions were invaluable.
Well, Greg, I think coming into the game, that's where they thought they had an advantage. And They did a great job exploiting it.
Now here's Beasley following the miss by Lonzo Ball. And it's good, 2 points.
Now, how about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
Inside, wants to get it to Beasley and does. 2 points, that one goes. Now just a 2-point Houston lead.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Now here's Tucker. Floats one up. It's hauled in by Zubats. 17 seconds left in the first. Ingram against Green. Zubats finds Beasley. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
And he's at nearly 90% from the free throw line this season, so having a terrific year.
I don't think you really can say enough about the work he's put in and the massive strides he's made in his free throw shooting, guys. I mean, his numbers are way up this year.
That's good from Beasley. So both teams making some changes here. And it's tied up with that one. Here's Gordon. Over Stevenson. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. It's a tie game here in Houston. And the second quarter will get underway just after this short break. There's a great friendship between Melo, LeBron, Dwayne Wade, and Chris Paul. And Chris talked about where all that started.
It's been a sort of long relationship, you know, and obviously me, Bron, Melo, D. Wade have all really got really close. And that stems from the time with the Olympics, USA teams, and then just sharing a lot of the same likes and values and having kids and family and different things like that.
And you see that a lot nowadays. Star players developing friendships and GAs spending time with each other off the floor.
Yeah, some people hate it because they want that bad blood you used to see, but no reason you have to hate someone to really compete against them.
And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And when you consider how the Rockets are doing, guys, what do you think?
They've gotten that perimeter game going in that first, and for me, that was the difference.
Yep, firing with confidence, in rhythm, Greg. I mean, not allowing the defense to take a break.
Nene is out there with P.J. Tucker. Then it's Ennis. Then there's Gordon. And it's Green in at the 1 spot. That's the 5 for Houston right now. He gets a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, guys, Kyle Kuzma had a tough upbringing in Flint, Michigan. He said they had the recession, lead in the water. It was like an urban war zone. We probably moved 14 times before I was 16. Basketball was my key. And his drive to succeed in the NBA was born of a desire to escape that environment. Kevin?
A tremendous work ethic, David. Thank you. The Lakers shooting at 50% in a decent groove.
You take a look at the Rockets' offense, and they've become lean and mean. Very few mid-range shots, no long twos. It's all threes and points in the paint. They keep their menu tight, and it works for them.
Here's Green, following the basket by Lonzo Ball. Gordon kicks to Ennis. The pass to Green. From the line, Beasley with the rebound. The Lakers in the lead. Misses that one. He's made one and missed two this game so far. Stevenson against Gordon. Off on the layup.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
Ball with it, and it's Gordon picking him up. Stolen by Gordon. Oh, and a fast break for the Rockets. Green against Ball. From 12 feet out, the Rockets with another miss. The Lakers have gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. Ingram outside. Pass the ball. That shot, no good. And it's Houston the other way. Up next for them, the Grizzlies at the FedEx Forum. That'll be just one game played away from home for them. And it's Gordon missing.
Yeah, that's just poor decision making. He's got to be better in those situations.
Greg, I just think he was in a hurry. He flat out rushed it. I mean, I don't know what he was thinking there. He actually was in a brain neutral position.
Now here's Tucker following the miss by Lonzo Ball.
Great move on his way to the bucket there. Just couldn't get it to fall.
And Beasley, here we go. Clark, if you need to win a game 7, and you can't have KD or LeBron, but you can have any other one player in the league, who would you pick?
Wow, you can't have either one of those guys.
How you like that question?
There's a great list. Harden, Curry, Kyrie Irving, Kawhi Leonard when healthy. And I think you'd have to throw Russell Westbrook in there, too, for a one-game situation where he could just go with the abandon he goes with. But I think I'm going to hang my hat with Kyrie Irving since he was part of bringing a championship to the Cavs a couple of years ago, my hometown.
And the first one drops.
Well, we know Luke Walton comes from the Warriors coaching system, was an assistant there prior to taking this Lakers position, and known for his sharpness as an offensive coach.
Looking at who's out there now for the Rockets. Clint Capella, he's checked in for Nene. Marquise Chris comes in for P.J. Tucker. Carmelo Anthony's checked in for Gordon. And it's James Harden in for Gerald Green. He's off on the second. Rockets trail by 3. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Harden's shot is good. And with the Lakers wanting to play more up-tempo, it makes sense to have Walton guide the ship.
Yeah, I agree with you because he's knowledgeable, played on some really good teams, championship caliber teams. I think as he grows as a coach and as this team grows together, they could be quite a group.
Here's Ennis following the basket by Lance Stevenson. Ennis kicks to Harden. Back to Ennis. Houston moving the ball around. And Chris throws it down.
And once Chris gets the position he wants, he is throwing it down with a vengeance.
Pass to James. The shot comes out. Excellent D there from Anthony. Out left to the wing. Here's Ennis. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. Ennis has got his first 3 points of the game.
Tell you what, the defense has to be kicking themselves. Just a step late there, and the shooter made them pay for it.
Harden against Rondo. This is to McGee. Stolen by Harden. Passes it to Anthony. Back to Harden. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
What's up? You know, we talk about Harden's skill set, which is superb, but there's no quitting this guy. He's got a great competitive spirit. And even when you bang him and bump into him, he just muscles through that and says, play on.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight. Kyle Kuzma's checked in for the Lakers. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope comes in for Lance Stevenson.
One shot.
And you look at James Harden, Coach Mike D'Antoni, and the Rocket front office. It really does seem like a match made in heaven.
Yeah, I think the alignment of the front office and coaching staff really in harmony. And a star in Harden, who's the best in the world at delivering in that system. Chris Paul part of the mix too. That's a pretty good fit, it looks like to me.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. The Lakers with LeBron wasted no time trying to surround him with free agent signings, Greg, to help round out the supporting cast.
Names came in rapid succession after LeBron committed. Caldwell Pope, Rondo, Stevenson all joined in short order. We'll see how far this team goes, but you cannot deny how interesting things have gotten with this roster.
And that one misses.
Well, in case anybody doubted it, the Lakers are still a premier destination for free agents. I mean, L.A. is L.A. Historically, the Lakers have done a good job making the most of the attraction of playing in L.A.
And he sinks the second. And the Lakers will seemingly always be a player in free agency.
Well, I think a big part of it is the appeal of the city and the glamour that comes with being in L.A., and not to mention the historical greatness of the franchise. I mean, the Lakers are a unique organization, not just in the NBA, but I think in all of sports.
Now Rondo. James Harden missing on the 3. Rondo dishes to LeBron. Shot clock at 6. Out of bounds. Houston takes possession.
And let's review some numbers for James Harden. He's putting up about 28 points a game, 5 assists and 4 rebounds. And he brings that offensive firepower to the team. Scoring just comes naturally.
And, you know, defenses are throwing everything at him, yet he's still able to put up points. He's really unstoppable.
Outside Anthony. The pass to Chris. Harden with it. 10 points for him. Capella kicks to Anthony. Harden against Rondo. Over Rondo. Harden, no good.
You know, he's yet to hit another 3 after nailing one in the first, but I don't think that's going to stop him from shooting.
And that's the shot you want to create. They just can't get it to fall.
That's what I call an everything but. Good execution, just didn't knock it down. But you're right, they're happy with that shot.
Bucket is good.
Man, it's always fun watching Harden get going. I mean, he can spray you from outside or slay you from inside. And it's usually pick your poison.
Los Angeles calls timeout.
Well, most figured Melo would go to the Rockets after the buyout trade to Atlanta last summer. He's playing for a coach he used to butt heads with in New York with Mike D'Antoni. Melo has some proving to do this year, whether he wants to acknowledge it or not.
Chris Paul, he's checked in for the Rockets. And here's Kuzma. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Rondo with the ball. He's picked up by Paul. Clock at 6. Here's LeBron. A strong finish under heavy pressure all over.
Man, you got to respect and appreciate how polished LeBron is inside. I mean, he really excels at creating opportunities for himself close to the rim.
Now here's Anthony. He had an 18-point outing in their last game against Portland.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there.
Well, I tell you what, guys, this is really getting close to being real ugly.
Caldwell Pope against Harden. Caldwell Pope kicks to Kuzma. Rondo passes to Kuzma. Here's Caldwell Pope. Chris with the rebound. And here's Houston. They're on a 14-5 run. Harden finds Chris. And the layup's good off the glass. And now it's an 8-point Houston lead.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
LeBron against Anthony. Now here's LeBron, guarded closer. To the wing on the left. Rondo. Yes, it's James picking up the assist. LeBron's got 3 assists in the game. That's a 2 from Paul, and James pulls it down. LeBron's got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Caldwell Pope, and good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. Now just a 3-point Rocket lead. Harden kicks to Paul. It's Harden with the drive, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
And James Harden, last season's MVP, the runner-up in 2015, actually won the players' vote for MVP that season. But last season, he took home the official hardware.
Two shots.
And he knocks down the first one. And with James Harden winning the MVP in 2018, Russell Westbrook in 2017, Kevin Durant in 2014, you think a few what-ifs right now in Oklahoma City?
A few, more than that, Kevin. I mean, probably tough for them all to win MVP playing on one team. A good shot at a different trophy, though, maybe the one that starts with the name of Larry.
And James Harden taking home the MVP award in 2018, and Clark well-deserved.
It sure was, Kevin. A career mark in scoring a league-high 30 points a game. The first player ever to drop 60 points as part of a triple-double. It certainly was his year.
That's a 2 from Paul. That one falls coming off Anthony's feet. Anthony's got 4 assists now tonight. And we'll get a look at how the hustle stat game has been going for Houston.
Well, you have to admire their intensity in the paint defensively. I mean, really contesting and even blocking shots. Definitely a factor early.
And the intensity is carried over into their ability to get out in passing lanes and really be disruptive in terms of their opponent's offense. You know, when Chris Paul came to the Rockets, a lot of people questioned if he and James Harden would be able to share the ball. Both known for being ball-dominant guards, I think you'd have to say it's worked out pretty well.
And the first one at the line is good. And I think Chris Paul never comfortable with that ball-dominant label, Greg. He'd never played with another guard who could create, certainly on the level of Harden.
No doubt about it. I mean, Mo Pete, J.J. Redick, guys who were great shooters, but really more off-the-ball players. Chris needed to be that kind of a playmaker, but with Harden, he has someone just as gifted at creating baskets for himself and others. And at the line, it's all about consistency with him. His routine, his stroke, it never wavers.
Here's Kuzma. James outside. Over Anthony. LeBron, no good.
You must make that one. Even with the defense present, these are shots you have to finish.
Kuzma passes to James. Here's Hart for the 3. Yes, and it's LeBron picking up the assist. LeBron's got 5 assists tonight.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. Really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up.
Now, here is Harden. He's got 16.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Lakers trail by 8. Rondo kicks to Kuzma. LeBron up top. 1:41 left now here in the second. 6 on the shot clock. Pulls up. High post. Off the left rim and out.
And so far this quarter, he's been a little off on his game.
Just a touch. I mean, it seems like he's forcing shots a little bit to me, Greg. Not playing his game right now, and with every miss, the pressure intensifies.
Now LeBron, after the missed three by Carmelo, fires for three. Harden grabs the miss. And so it's Harden bringing it up for Houston. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, of course, there's no shortage of storylines in Los Angeles. Now, last season, some people thought that Lakers coach Luke Walton had lost his players, and the front office seemed slow to come to his defense. Now, Walton was a high-profile hire from Golden State in 2016, and you wonder if the Lakers will remain committed to their young coach if they can't start winning more regularly. Kevin?
All right, David, thank you. Here's Paul, following the basket by LeBron James. And Chris throws it down.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat.
Now's the time to do it. Keep attacking that rim.
Now here's James, 13 points in the game. He kicks it to McGee. Paul against Rondo. From deep. It's rebounded by Houston. Anthony's got 4 rebounds in this game. Pass to Chris. Kicks it out to Harden. Right wing. Paul, right side. And it's in. Oh, wow, he nails the buzzer beater.
And they make sure to get the last shot of the quarter there. Nicely done.
Yeah, excellent execution that time, partner. Don't want to give the opponent any time to get them back.
James Harden getting it done for Houston. He put together quite a quarter, 13 points in all. And he looks to be planning for more. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Carmelo, what was the area of emphasis for your team during the first half?
Well, we're doing it on both ends of the court. We're bucking down on the defensive end. We're sharing the ball offensively, making good plays, cherishing every possession counts, and we're doing that the first half.
I know you want to keep it going in the second half. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime, so we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, Hoop fans. NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. EJ, Shaq, Jet. James Harden led the way in the first half. He had 18 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 assist. What'd you think, Shaq, about the first half we saw from the Rockets?
Well, one thing that stands out is how few turnovers they had. The offense looked in control. They were making nice passes, moving the ball, setting screens. The confidence just seemed to build, and the lead did too. They're a very steady team, keeping those turnovers down. That's the big factor.
And over to Kenny, your takeaway on the Lakers.
Well, they just didn't produce enough offense. I don't know if it's because they were expending so much energy on the defensive end, but clearly they have to take a look at this. What plays are we calling? And how can we improve that? And they have to do it fast, because if they don't, this game is going to run away from them.
And that'll do it for us. The third quarter about to begin with Kevin Harlan standing by. We'll catch you on the flip side.
My brother.
And as we return to Houston, Texas, a terrific look at the skyline here. The Toyota Center, part of that great landscape. And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. An exceptional performance so far from James Harden.
His points production thus far off the charts. It's only been 2 quarters. Just a great effort for him for the entire half.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter where he is on the floor either, Greg. He's making it look very easy. He's looking to score the ball.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead.
You know, you look at most winning teams in this league, and there's no denying they have an identity, who they are and how they play consistently. The Rockets fall into that category, a defined style of play and pieces that fit pretty well.
Starting off the second half, here's Luke Walton's 5. Caldwell Pope and LeBron fill out the wings. Inside, we've got Kuzma and McGee. And it's Rondo in at the point guard position.
That's platinum level dime dropping right there by Harden. Such a smart passer. Gets us to his teammates on time and on target.
And Clark, talk about the Rockets' identity, their style of play.
Yeah, it's all about the analytics, quite honestly. They're looking for drives and three-point field goals. Constant pressure on the defense. The long-range ball spaces the floor, and defensively they're going to try to switch and keep the ball in front and deny the same three-pointers they're looking for at their offensive end from the opposition.
And it's put back up and in by Capella. Capella's got the lead up to 14 now for the Rockets.
Hey, you got to put a body on Capella. I mean, he's a tenacious offensive rebounder and does a nice job using his body.
Rondo, good.
Well, I like the setup there. LeBron with the nice pick.
Rockets leading by 12. Outside Anthony. Kicks it to Ball. Over Rondo. And that one hits back iron.
And low percentage look on that one. Not sure what he was thinking.
I agree with you. Not a good shot, not good offense. They can get a much better look than that, but they're going to need to be patient to do so.
Now here's Harden. 18 points for him. 2 minutes into the second half of play now. McGee with the block. LeBron against Anthony. Anthony with the defensive effort. Rockets have gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. Here's Harden. Caldwell Pope with some nice D. Lakers trail by 12. Kuzma kicks to Rondo. Back to Kuzma. Pass to McGee. James looking it over. Over Anthony. The shot's good from LeBron. LeBron's got 15 points.
And James makes scoring look so effortless. Once he kicks it into gear, that there's not much you can do to stop it.
Now, here's Capella. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. Ball against Rondo. And it's Rajon Rondo with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Some changes for the Lakers. Zubac is checked in for JaVale McGee. Ingram comes in for Kyle Kuzma. And it's Lonzo Ball in for Rajon Rondo. Three minutes gone now in the third quarter. Caldwell Pope against Harden. Rockets 6. The Rockets again can't hit.
That's exactly how you have to defend him. He's a guy that the D needs to be aware of at all times.
Obviously, I mean, it would go a long way if he's making his shots. Right now, they're behind, and they certainly could use his help.
Third quarter action, and just under 3.5 minutes have gone. Ball against Ball. Can they get it? Out to Chris. Lets the three fly. The Rockets with another miss. Lakers trail by 10. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
And when Ingram is left alone from deep, his eyes just light up. His shooting is just out of sight.
The three from Harden. LeBron grabs the miss. LeBron's got 5 rebounds tonight. And Caldwell Pope gets the basket.
Yeah, and that's back-to-back threes. The D just seems to be slacking off a little bit.
Now a timeout called by Houston. Well, this is something that Kobe has said in the past with the Lakers organization. It is championship or bust.
Well, I think you need that type of culture and mentality to have a chance to win championships. I believe the Lakers have done a good job of maintaining that mentality throughout the years.
James Ennis, he'll check in for Chris. And then for the Lakers, Beasley comes in for Ivica Zubac. And Lance Stevenson subbed in for James. Anthony's shot is off. Lakers trail by 4. Ingram passes to Stevenson. That's tipped. Ingram against Anthony. Paul outside. Harden kicks to Ennis. And that's going to be a travel. A chance to check out Los Angeles' upcoming schedule. On Saturday, they're off to Charlotte to face off with the Hornets. Then on Sunday, they'll take on John Wall and the Washington Wizards.
And you know for that Pelicans game, it's going to be an all-out battle. And you just hope they are rested and able to execute their game plan, as it's going to be a tremendous challenge.
Now, here's Stevenson. He's usually able to provide some lift to his team, averaging 6 points a game. Too open that time, made it look too easy. Now just a 2-point Rocket lead.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Now here's Capella. Pass to Harden. Trying to get something going. And as it goes out of bounds, Houston able to keep the ball here. The three-point game, such a big part of the NBA. Let's see the best teams at it. In third, the Lakers. Fifth best, the Rockets.
And the shooting display both these teams have put on this season has been remarkable. I mean, there are just three-point shooters all over the floor.
Houston's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D.
Kevin, let's take a look here to see where the Lakers rank in the NBA.
And how about that assist rate? Great chemistry offensively, playing with one mind, if you will, all on the same page. That's special basketball we're witnessing here tonight.
Caldwell Pope with it, and it's Harden picking him up. Now the feed to Stevenson, taken away by Anthony. Fires from deep. Rebounded by the Lakers. It's off to Charlotte for him after this game as they take on the Hornets. That'll be the second on the road in the midst of this long 4-game road stand.
You know, guys, not only can Ingram score from the perimeter, but he can get it done inside, too. I mean, the way he releases the shot and that extension he gets on it makes it very hard to block.
Now a timeout called by Houston for the Rockets. Nene, he's checked in for Capella. P.J. Tucker comes in for Anthony. And it's Gordon in for Paul. And it's Gordon with the ball. He brings it up for the Rockets. And with Lance Stevenson, sometimes he'll pull off an improvised play, Clark, that just drops your jaw.
Yeah, he's one of the most instinctive players I've ever seen. I mean, he does do some things that could cause you to pull your hair out if you have any. But this guy is competitive, great size, and he ignites a team because he can do a lot of things to help you win.
The Lakers have gone 7 of 12 from the floor since coming out of the break. Now Ball. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 11 points a game. Here's Ingram. Stevenson passes to Ingram. Shoots over Tucker, and again it's the Lakers.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
It's Harden with the drive. Count it, and the foul. That one on Caldwell Pope.
How about the concentration? I mean, Harden is used to finishing past intense defense. There he goes, doing it again.
For Houston, they have made the most out of their opportunities at the line. They have yet to miss in 7 attempts. And the Rockets making a change here. Green's checked in. Josh Hart, he's checked in for the Lakers.
And, you know, after being a sixth man during the beginning of his career, Harden has blossomed into a big-time star. He's a top-tier combo guard in this league now.
Now, here's Stevenson. That one doesn't go. Great D that time from Green. To the middle. Puts up a three. Hits it from three-point range. Green's got 6.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
Ball kicks to Stevenson. To the paint. Stolen by Nene. Gordon goes in. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play. Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for the Rockets.
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
They haven't wasted time getting the ball up the court tonight either, and it's resulted in a lot of fast break points.
And Eric Gordon-Clark, such a terrific tag team partner for Paul and Harden on the perimeter.
I couldn't agree more. I mean, he provides spacing with the deep range he has. Very efficient shot, not much wasted motion. He can attack closeouts off the dribble, and he gets to that basket and finishes aggressively. His strength very much at work when he does his damage.
Here's Nene. Brandon Ingram picking up that last bucket. Here's Harden. Some solid defense from Ingram.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
No good from Beasley. Rockets leading by 5. Here's Harden. And he overshot that one, missing. LA's gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight, nailed 5 of them. Stolen by Harden. And the wide open shot from Green. His three-pointers off the mark.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Yeah, tit for tat on the glass. Just one more aspect of what's been a very closely contested ball game here.
And for Houston, they're shooting a mediocre 41% in this one. Gordon deciding where to go with it. Drops in the layup for 2. Gordon's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And Gordon has the burst of speed you like to see in a guard. Excellent at knifing through the defense to the cup.
And there's the pass to Hart. Here's Stevenson. Rebounded by Tucker. And it's Houston's ball. They're on an 11-2 run. Lets it go. The shot by Nene. No good. Lakers trail by 7. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Hart the pass to Stevenson. Stolen by Harden. Outside Green. And he slams it down right on top of Michael Beasley.
Really good to see Harden get nasty on defense. He's got quick instincts and quick hands. And I like how he pilfers it on occasion.
That instant replay brought to you by Under Armour Hover Havoc, giving us a chance to relive the unleashing of chaos that time. Here's Hart. 5 points in the game. Knocks it loose. It's stolen by Green. Now here's Tucker. He's covered by Ingram. And Nene with the stuff.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense.
The Lakers making a switch here. Kuzma's checked in. Ball kicks to Ingram. Pass to Hart. Lakers passing it around. Shot clock at 5. Ball against Green. And again, no good by the Lakers. Here's Houston now. Some momentum with a 15-2 run underway. And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And P.J. Tucker, Greg, a rugged physical defender at the forward.
And here's the guy, second-round pick back at 06. Spent 5 seasons playing abroad before making his return to the association. Now he's a seasoned veteran and not shy about holding his teammates accountable, especially defensively.
First one falls for him.
You know, starting out in the D-League, then bouncing around the international circuit, Tucker took the long, hard road to get here.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles, JaVale McGee comes in for Michael Beasley. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Ball. Both free throws good from Tucker.
And you know, P.J. Tucker drafted back in 2006. Wow, that's a dozen years ago already. But, you know, he spent a handful of seasons in Europe early on refining his game. A good move for him. Came back with a three-point shot that's become the foundation of his offensive arsenal.
Here is Harden. Brandon Ingram picking up that last bucket. And Tucker has it in the corner. No good from outside. Lakers trail by 11. Kuzma passes to Hart. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. Chance now for a three-point play. That one's on Eric Gordon. For Los Angeles, they have had an off night from the stripe tonight.
And really, they haven't been able to differentiate themselves from the free throw line on the season at about 76%.
And comparing to the numbers of last season, they've made a bit of improvement. So that's some positive momentum they can look to build on.
Chris, he's checked in for James Harden. Here's Houston now. They're on a 17-7 run. Green finds Gordon. Now here's Tucker. The three. Buries it from three-point range. Tucker's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Tell you what, for a guy who's inconsistent from three, Tucker's showing you he can be scary out there at times for a defense.
Now here's Kuzma. He isn't playing a big part of their offensive scheme, averaging around 15.5 points a game.
And not being as aggressive from the three-point line anymore. They had a lot more attempts in that first half.
He's 0 of 2 at the line in this one.
One shot.
And so Green will bring it up for Houston. They've led by as many as 14 points. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And Chris throws it down.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop.
Well, I tell you what, they've got this team just a step away from being completely asleep.
Rondo scanning the floor. That one's in there. Rocket lead is cut down now to just 8 on the basket from Kuzma.
Even when Kuzma is defended well, he's still great at maintaining his composure and getting to the basket.
And so it's Houston holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. We come back right after this. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, a terrific, unselfish play right here. Set up his teammate, and how about the setup this was?
Yeah, and as a two-guard, he's typically not a reluctant shooter, so it was really nice to see him orchestrating for a teammate instead.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. Here's Paul. Paul and Gordon are the backcourt pair. Nene is out there with Chris, and it's Green in at the 3 slot. That's the 5 for Houston right now. Misfires on the corner 3. Lakers trail by 8. Kuzma with it. The dish to Rondo. LeBron against Green. James Again, Los Angeles.
You know, next time he has that much space, he should just go straight up with it and leave the fadeaway at home. Park that fadeaway, take the shot that's available.
Paul kicks to Gordon. Back to Paul. To the left side wing. That's good from Chris on the assist by Paul. And the Rockets lead by 9.
They know he's looking for him, so it's easy to see why Paul's teammates love it.
To the middle. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Outside, Green. Draws contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
And you can just see he's a different player since coming back from halftime.
Clint Capella, he's checked in for the Rockets. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Caldwell Pope's checked in.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
100% since halftime? Come on now. I'm not sure this lead's going away anytime soon with that kind of marksmanship.
James has a two-pointer. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. And we've made our way through just over a minute and a half in this fourth quarter. Blanketed by the D, he fights to the rim for the layup. Capella's got the lead up to 14 now for the Rockets. Los Angeles has gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight and nailed 5 of them. LeBron with it. Now Green defending. Count the basket. 19 points for LeBron.
You know, I think he's been a steady, reliable option so far, but it's not enough. They need him to take charge, be more assertive on the offensive end.
Gordon kicks to Capella. Pass to Paul. 6 on the shot clock. Outside, Green. From deep. The Lakers with the rebound. McGee's got 7 rebounds in the game. Caldwell Pope, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. That's on Clint Capella.
Yeah, he's a guy who looks for his shot often. He's energetic and outstanding at forcing the issue. Caldwell Pope is his name.
Shooting 2.
And he makes the first.
And Caldwell Pope, the Georgia product, when he's on the floor, it's for his defense. Can give you a handful of points, but what he takes away with defense is far more significant. One of the better perimeter defenders since entering the league.
Carmelo Anthony's checked in for the Rockets. That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2. And with Caldwell Pope in his defense, he can guard any type of perimeter player.
Yeah, I mean, has the long arms to bother small forwards and fast feet to stay with point guards. Really gives a lineup a lot of options in terms of matchups when he's on the floor. Great instincts on defense and is very hard to shake as he'll hound you through screens.
And so it's Rondo bringing it up for the Los Angeles Lakers. 11-point game. Count the bucket. And he's got a free throw coming up as well. That's going to send LeBron James to the line. That one's on Anthony.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
And really no better leader in the NBA than LeBron. The closest thing to a player coach we've had in a long time.
Gordon, the pass to Chris. Shoots over Kuzma. That shot off, and the Lakers will go the other way with it. Shoots the 3. LeBron can't get it to go. Houston leading by 8. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Ball against Rondo. Shot clock at 6. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the Rockets lead by 10.
Boy, if you don't block out Clint Capella, the putback throwdown is exactly what you get.
Los Angeles calls timeout. And Clint Capella with a big pay raise this season.
Well, you forget just how young he is. I mean, this guy is just starting his career. His rookie contract concluded last season, and the Rockets willing to pay whatever they needed to keep him.
He gets a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Luke Walton was saying to the team. Told him, hey, stick with what's working. He said they're giving us all the room we need to get easy looks in the paint. Let's keep working the ball inside. Guys, back to you.
And Anthony is certainly capable of sinking the triple. The D has to respect that quick release and get out on it.
Down low, here's James over Anthony. Rondo against Paul. Releases from 15. Poke loose. It's good, and the Rocket lead is cut down now to just 11 on the basket from McGee.
Boy, I like seeing that toughness on the offensive glass. Did a nice job judging, anticipating where the miss was going, and then putting it back in. Nicely done.
Paul kicks to Gordon. Anthony looking it over, and again it's the Rockets from deep.
Yeah, that's too good a look to give them from behind the arc.
Lakers trail by 14. And Chris Paul picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Gordon against Caldwell Pope. The rim-rattling two-handed jam.
So quick on these drives, as quick as a hiccup. Can't let him, Caldwell Pope, get into the lane like this.
Paul finds Gordon. Now Anthony. He's guarded by Caldwell Pope. Over in the corner, Paul. No good with the triple.
One made three for him for the game. Does he focus closer in? Let's see.
Here's Rondo. And Capella sends it back.
And every season, Capella has improved as a shot blocker. Timing, awareness, recognition. He's really good at erasing shot attempts.
4 on the shot clock. That one falls. 24 points for LeBron. Here is Paul. He gets that one. And the Rockets lead by 12.
Paul's ball handling skills are insane, off the charts. Amazing at snaking through and making the defense look bad.
Inside, Caldwell Pope. And it's good, coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo.
And the shooting has really been there for him today, but he may have to take it upon himself to continue to carry this team and try and get out of this hole.
Anthony kicks to Capella. Passes it to Paul. Stolen by Caldwell Pope. Here's the floater. And Capella sends it back. Gordon against Caldwell Pope. Now the pass to Paul. And here's Chris. Capella bounce pass. 6 on the shot clock. Gordon for 3. Kuzma pulls it in. Kuzma's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Caldwell Pope on the wing, defended by Gordon. Rondo kicks to Kuzma. And it's Eric Gordon with the foul. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. James Harden, he's checked in for Gordon. And so it's the Lakers with it. trailing by 10. And that one off the back of the rim and in. James has got 13 points in the second half. And so it's Harden bringing it up for the Houston Rockets. They've led by as many as 14 points. He kicks to Capella. He dishes it to Paul. In the corner, Harden, 6 on the shot clock. Back to Paul. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. Harden's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. James, the pass to McGee. And here's Rondo. Lakers passing it around. And it goes out of bounds. That one's off Kuzma. Here's what the Houston Rockets schedule looks like. They'll be matching up against Mike Conley and the Memphis Grizzlies. And then on Monday, they'll be matching up against Rudy Gobert and the Utah Jazz.
And for that matchup with the Wizards, on paper, you'd expect them to come away with the win, but this might be one of those trap games where they let it get away from them if they aren't focused.
And Chris throws it down.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop.
Well, I tell you what, they've got this team just a step away from being completely asleep.
Kuzma can't get it to go. Houston leading by 12. Harden outside. It's Carmelo Anthony on the wing. Over LeBron. Anthony's shot is off.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Anthony against James. Over in the corner, Caldwell Pope. Traps in the tray. Caldwell Pope's got it back down to within single digits for Los Angeles. Now a timeout called by Houston.
And he could tell his guys starting to wear down a little bit. Call time to just let them get their legs back under them.
Chance now to recognize our Jordan player of the game, James Harden.
It's a take-charge brand of basketball he's been playing tonight. His point total tells you all you need to know about just how good he's been. And once he got going, their game plan really became simple. Just get him the ball.
He sure has given this crowd a treat tonight. This kind of performance only cements his status as a fan favorite. Pass to Chris. Dishes to Paul. Here's Anthony. He's covered by Rondo. Anthony finds Paul. Anthony against James. Just 5 to shoot. Free throw line jump shot. Here's Capella. And a good offensive board. And he gets the bucket. Capella's got 6 here in this quarter.
Sheer power there from Capella. Not an easy guy to contain when he's going up with the shot.
Anthony against James. Kicks to Rondo. Here's the teardrop. They're running. The wide open look here for Anthony. And the 3 off target. Lakers trail by 11. The drive by... Oh!
Hey, hey, hey. Ooh, ooh, wow.
And there's no question that James is one of the best dunkers ever. A forceful finisher who loves showing off his athleticism.
Harden kicks to Paul. Rebound the Lakers. LeBron's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Lets it go with a 3. And again, Los Angeles with the triple.
Man, it's so good to see LeBron James rise up with confidence from deep. That's a part of his game that he continues to improve on, and it's actually become quite efficient.
And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a 3-point play chance here for him.
He has a little bit of trickeration with that one. Gets that one to go against the limb.
Trickeration. I like that, partner. That's pretty strong word creation. And you've got to be creative, though, whether you're commentating or hooping, especially when you're going inside.
One shot.
Lakers trail by 9. Right side, Rondo. Poked away. Paul with the steal. Pass to Harden. And here's Chris. He's guarded by Caldwell Pope. Chris can't hit. Caldwell Pope feeling it out a bit. James wide open. And a little luck that time, but it drops. LeBron's got 33. They're this close to putting it away.
Yeah, they don't need to do anything special. Just take time off the clock.
Here's Paul. And he drops it in from the low post. And the Rockets lead by 9.
Nice aggressive move by Paul. You know, for a little guy, he knows exactly how to finish inside. Very good at making it happen against bigger players.
And the Lakers call time here. They trail by 9. 27 seconds left in the fourth quarter. For 3, Caldwell Pope. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. They've led by as many as 14 points. Outside, Green. He feeds it to Nene. Out to the right wing. Ennis passes to Nene. So we see the Rockets get the win here. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, made the difference.
Yeah, and the first step in becoming a good team is your ability to win at home. And they really seem to revel in that opportunity. And this is what they came out to do.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much. James, congrats on the win. Great crowd tonight, but what made the difference down the stretch?
We just trying to play solid defense. Talk to each other, help each other out. That was amazing tonight. It was unbelievable. Like I said, I'm happy for our guys. And we got a good victory at home.
Big win, James. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.